told them it was on camera when they get arrested. Several people said she has diabetes. And now when the nurse actually said, I have diabetes, she has a tattoo. She said, look, this is proof I have diabetes. And they said, oh, well. That's your sheriff.
I don't know somebody saying, oh, well.
That happens all the time. What if that happens that you're going to approach somebody? What if you're going to approach somebody? Can you tell us why do people not get arrested? Why do people not get arrested?
And you locked me up for what? I have a record now. You think I went to college and did all this shit for a record? I'm fighting for our people, and you're locking them up. You're locking my people up.
Y'all work at a plantation. I want slaves in there. Y'all work at a black overseer.
Why? Why did you do this?
He doesn't know. He's not going to give you an answer because he doesn't know. He doesn't care.
Anytime.
That's it. Okay, you done.
I want to know why y'all are all squatted up. Are y'all trying to take me to jail again?
Why are y'all squatted up?
We don't have guns and we don't get shot, so that doesn't matter. Why did y'all move in when I moved up to talk
Why
to
did y'all come in?
Is it because y'all praying for me? Are y'all praying for me? So why did y'all move in? Why did y'all move in on me?
We're constituents. We're voters. We're voters.
Why do you interrupt something that was very...
We're constituents.
We're
We're constituents. You interrupt the bill support. We're not going to go back to talk to you.
Oh my God.
When you can come and talk to me, so don't come on the sidewalk and talk to me.
You know he has his hand in his face.
I'm talking to him.
Get your hands out of his face. That's aggressive. That's aggressive behavior. Get your hands. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I got it.
You don't get trying to grab him. Look at him trying to grab him.
What you gonna
Look
do?
at him trying to grab him. He don't even have control.
But y'all getting aggressive. Y'all moving in and all of that. For what? For
Look at him
what?
touching that guy in the pandemic. Look at him in his
You need
face.
to give him 6 feet. 6 feet. 6 feet.
We haven't walked up on anybody.
6 feet. 6 feet. 6 feet. 6 feet.
Can y'all back up? Can y'all back up?
Don't go with him by yourself. No.
Y'all done talking to him before I go with him.
Why are you?
Why you gotta ask them? Because
they're fighting with us. The hell?
Gary, why was I not fed? Gary, why was I not fed?
Why don't you know what's happening in your jail?
Right, that's a real question.
Do you care?
You don't know what's happening in your jail.
Why is that even allowed in the jail?
I care if you are fair. I care.
No, you don't. Because you don't know.
I told them, I'm lightheaded. I'm hungry. Please feed me.
Gary
What did
McFadden
they
has
do?
no idea what's
They
going on in his
they put
jail.
somebody physically assaulted them and told them to get in the cell and slam the door in my fucking face. People are throwing up in your jail. Shit, throwing up.
But you don't know because you don't
Your doctor
care.
is over there
Excuse
touching
me,
them out.
I have a
Put your
doctor's
fingers in
appointment
their
because I was in a
face.
COVID-riddled
What is
jail.
that?
Sorry, I gotta
What
go
is
to get
that?
COVID tested. Can somebody walk me to my car
What
because
is
I
that?
don't feel
Y'all
safe.
should really be ashamed. All we're trying to do is help people make it a better place. And we get locked up for it. For what, man? For what? Come on, really? For what? For what? I'm not working with you.
just said
you
COVID.
called
That's
for my
all she
arrest.
cares
I've
about.
If you
been
don't
arrested
speak to the
several
nurse,
times.
they'll lock you and put you in 14-day quarantine if you don't speak to them.
Why was I arrested?
I got asked too, honey.
They were on public property.
We can look.
I was on public property. I was sitting out, and the paper says I was asked to disperse because there was a riot occurring. A riot or disorderly conduct. There was no riot and no disorderly conduct. So all of the other charges are unlawful. Every single charge is unlawful. So you asking me to disperse is bullshit. And I'm not going nowhere because I didn't do shit.
I wasn't even
How can you
sitting when you
how
ordered
can
them
you
to arrest
trespass
me.
at a public
I was
place?
literally just recording on the sidewalk, which I'm allowed to do by the First Amendment rights. I'm allowed to speak, and I spoke when your sheriff said, "Get her." And they aggressively arrested me, knocking my phone out of my hand. I begged and pleaded for them to give me my medication because I was arrested with it, and I was told, you would get it, only to be denied for hours. Only to have your mental health.
It would have to be, there would have to be disorderly conduct or riot.
One of the best mental health facilities. Why did your mental health
It has
doctor
to, but I know,
tower
but
over me,
what's
put his finger in my face
but
and
disorderly
yell at me to
conduct
calm
is
down?
arbitrary
Why was I
or
denied a phone
subjective.
call? Because She'll
right?
be getting
Yeah, I
that.
mean, everything's-
I don't know why she wants
Right.
a phone call. She doesn't need
So
a
all they have to
phone
do is
call.
declare it
I
a
thought
riot,
it was our
declare
right
it
to get a phone
disorderly,
call
and
after
it
being
is.
processed and seeing the
Just like
magistrate.
unlawful,
deal with it later.
unlawful
Right.
gathering.
Right.
Same thing. Unlawful gathering.
Worst
So which
case
one
is
is
if they
it?
don't
Are
win.
we allowed human decency inside your residential facility? Or are we supposed to be paraded as puppets and animals on display at the fucking zoo? Why did they shackle up an elderly man who clearly needed the use of a walker to hold himself up and get around? Why did y'all shackle him up as if he was some animal, putting shackles on his feet and his arms? What was he gonna do? The Cupid shuffle on the way out?
Shame on y'all.
He could barely take 2 steps. And you just shrug your shoulders because you don't care. You don't give a damn. You don't care.
And you're done.
None of y'all fucking care. And that's what the problem is. Why do you do this? Why would you rather do photo ops than actually confronting the issue that you're the problem? All these people are the problem.
Obviously, you don't have to think critically, Coons. Well, go ahead and coon somewhere else.
You have the floor.
You have a serious ego problem.
Why was I brutalized? Why were people hurt?
Yeah, why were we denied food and water? Why did you deny insulin and food for over 10 hours to an individual with diabetes?
Tell us why.
Okay, I think if we be quiet for a second, let's see if he answers the questions.
Wow.
Why was I starved? Why was she denied medicine? You don't know. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, person. I'm a person that was in that jail from personal experience. I did not get fed. But you asked me a question. I did not get fed for 12 hours. Why did that happen? That happened to me personally.
Here's what I'm going to tell you. I don't know.
You don't know why it happened. Why people how do you run the jail and you don't know shit?
Can you listen to me?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, great. If you have a complaint on something happening,
Take your time, because you seem like
if you
you're
have a
nervous.
complaint of something happens, there's a process.
I called and they hung up on me. So what's next after that?
So what's the grievance process look like?
They
Sheriff?
hung up on me too.
What is the grievance process? Is it a paperwork that they fill out? Can you go online and fill out a grievance?
Call OPC and you talk to them and tell them your complaint.
Okay, OPC,
Once
Office
you have
of...
the complaint,
I have a video from when we called.
then we will look into it.
Okay.
So when I called, why did they hang up on me?
Listen again, I don't know why they hung up on you.
So how can you complain? Wait a minute. So how can you complain though? Now, this is a real question. I'm gonna ask a real
That
question.
wasn't protocol?
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It's a hang up on the people you complain to.
Listen. It is not. It's not protocol, and I do not like that. I don't want nobody to hang up on you. If you got a complaint, here's what I'm going to tell you. If something happened to you in that detention center, here's what I want you to do. I want you to call your sheriff and say, Sheriff, I had a problem inside your detention center. And I want to say, Sheriff, I have a complaint that I didn't get fed. Sheriff, I have a complaint that I didn't get medical needs, attention. I can take care of that. Yelling and screaming, just a second. Yelling and screaming on the sidewalk about all these many things are not going to accomplish anything. If you have a problem with the medical procedure, then you talk to me. If you have a problem with the medical procedure, you talk to me. It's a process that you can file through OPC. Once you get through that,
Okay. My check. You said when we call OPC, we'll talk to someone, right?
Yes.
We'll talk to someone? Okay. This is OPC's number, 980-314-5840, right?
Oh.
Yeah, this is us calling.
This is the call.
This is the call. This is the video of when we called yesterday after getting the number. Hold on. So you said when we called, we have someone to talk to.
yes, you do.
This is a voicemail.
Okay, but ma'am, listen.
This is a voicemail.
Let's be for real.
That's a voicemail. That's a voicemail.
Somebody's going to pick.
That's a voicemail.
Okay, great.
Somebody calls when we call the lobby. Somebody calls when we call the. Somebody answers when we call the lobby. Oh, except for me because my phone calls don't get
Do you have a
answered.
complaint?
I gave it to you right now.
Watch this. Why don't, just a second.
You're doing what the mental health doctor did to me.
aggressive.
You're doing what the mental health doctor did. I never put my finger in your face. I never put my finger in your face. I never put my finger in
Do
your
you have a
face.
complaint? Do you have a complaint?
I've already told you that.
You have a complaint?
I've never put my finger in your face.
Listen,
Why'd you put your hand in my
watch
face?
this. I will personally walk y'all to OPC now.
No one's going
So you can slam us in cuffs like you did? Y'all all close it
Do you
up.
have a complaint?
Y'all spotted
Do you want to file a complaint? complaint?
I filed my complaint.
Do you
You
wanna
told me to talk to my sheriff, and I talked to
But
you.
I'm not going anywhere with you because I can't trust you.
You don't have to. I can
cannot
tell you
trust
where it is.
Honestly, that's not even a point because y'all don't give a fuck. We all know that y'all purposely didn't feed us,
tell you
and
where
it
to
was
go.
all purposeful. Y'all purposely treated us like that.
Because when someone in my cell asked for water, they were told to get it out the bowl. The fucking toilet bowl.
Who has it been hijacked by? We've been doing it for over 100 days. Who hijacked it? It's the same people. Who hijacked it? Huh? Tell me who's hijacked by? For the same ones.
Do you want to file a complaint? Oh my God. Do you want to file a
You're
complaint?
fucking cool. That's what you are. You're a cool ass bitch. Fuck you.
May I ask you a question?
Someone has a question. Black lives and you.
Someone has a question.
Some community member has a question.
This is my first time being with jail support, so you know I have a pretty unbiased opinion. It's just, to me as a black man, how can you sit here and look at these young black ladies, tell you the pain that they've been through, within your walls of this jail and just stare blankly like you're looking at me, like you just,
Because-
I just don't understand. And I get that it's your job, but at the end of the day, you're a human with a heart. And I would hope that you could see past the bullshit system that's put in place, excuse my American, to like these people, they're humans, they're children. I'm older than most of the people out here. I'm only 23. So at the end of the day, that they're out here doing the job that you can't even do and you're supposed to do with a badge. Like, I just don't understand.
So you asking me a question?
Yes.
Okay. Here's
Where's your
here's the answer.
Okay.
I'm willing to work with anyone who wants to work. This is not work. This is yelling, screaming, and hollering. And just a second, let me finish. This is yelling and screaming and hollering. If you want to work for a solution, we can. I'm black every day. Whether you can believe it or they can believe it is not. I don't. Just a second. I choose this profession.
Oh, you chose.
I choose this one. And I'm very proud of it. And anybody who wants to work, we can work. I've been doing this for 40 years. So this is not a fly-by thing. This is not about a fly-by, excuse me, respect me. This is not
When you close down the jails, you can have respect, Gary.
Back up. So when can I respect the talk?
Some people send
I'm listening. You're talking to me and I'm listening. You're talking to me and I'm listening. So
If you want to work to a true jail support concept, you can sit down with me and we can create that concept.
But it's
If you
your
don't want-
concept.
If you don't want to create that concept, then I can't do anything about it. We have space, just a second. We have space, we have time, and we have resources to help the citizens of Mecklenburg County.
Then why weren't you doing it before, Gary? Why did we have to go out there for you to?
Why did they come to jail support for clothing? Why did they come to jail support for temporary housing that you all deny them?
Deputies sent them over from
Your deputies would send them over to us to get face masks to enter the building.
So you're saying you can't take care of everyone that's released today?
But
Then
they came
stop.
to us because your people said, oh, go across the street. They'll give out rides, they give out food, and they give out phone calls. You can go across the street and get a face mask. You were using us for our resources that the community provided when y'all were given over $300 million.
Oh, wait. I have a question. Where's your laptop?
Wait, where's my three-piece suit? Because when I asked for my three-piece suit, they slammed the door in my face.
You in a program?
You said
you have to be a
outside
server.
these jails get a three-piece suit and a laptop, Lou. You said anyone who walks out these jails get a three-piece suit and a laptop. So where's my three-piece suit and a laptop? Where's my three-piece suit and a laptop? You said any individual who walks out these jail doors can get a suit and a laptop for my haberdashery.
If you are
and
in the
I
program.
said, where's the haberdashery to get
You
my
wanna see it?
three-piece suit?
You wanna see it?
I want my three-piece
You wanna see
suit.
it?
Why do you keep getting in my face? Because I'm not getting in yours.
I have a question. People are sending in questions. People want to know why they're being sexually harassed in your jail. Would you like to speak on that by your officers?
Because your sheriff who refuses to wear
And people are being sexually harassed?
Is that something you would investigate?
Your sheriff who refuses to wear a face mask literally arrested someone who wasn't doing anything and whispered in her ear, I'm going to fuck you so good and you're going to like it. She was the second woman of color he said that shit to.
Complain on it.
I'm complaining right now, Sheriff. You said
We can't explain to you.
why does he still have a badge? Why does he
Because you
claim to
didn't
be the leader of
complain?
your SWAT team?
Because you didn't
Why does he
complain?
claim to be the leader
You
of your
wouldn't
SWAT
do
team?
anything if a complaint was made.
The complaints don't go anywhere. They get 513.
I can't tell you anything.
You know what happens to your complaints? Because we've seen them. They get 513 and shot like Jordan to the trash
if
can.
you're actually present during these fucking raids, you can see this shit. If you're actually there when you call them on us, you can see this shit, but you're never there. Or you do is
You only arrive once they've arrested us and thrown into the paddy wagon so you can talk to the media.
That is incorrect. That is incorrect.
You're a coward.
Sheriff, may I ask a question?
You're a coward. Because I was at both mass arrests.
Okay, so you may not agree with the yelling and the protesting that's going on, but you're an official of the city.
Yes, sir.
You have heard the complaints.
Yes, sir.
You've heard the complaints about the calls.
Yes, sir.
And the facilities.
Yes, sir. I certainly
So
have.
you leave this point. You may disregard the yelling.
I will not.
1 second, sir, if you don't mind. You may disregard the yelling and the screaming here, but are you going to personally go to the supervisor who works in your complaints department? Are you going to talk about this? Or
Sure.
because we made
Every day.
Every day I talk about it. Every day.
Yes or no?
Every day for
Yes or
human
no?
every day.
You need a yes or no?
There's made specific complaints.
No, they have
about-
not.
They
No,
talked
they have
about
not.
the line not being answered. They talked about food not being served. Are you going to go and look at it? You arrested.
Yes.
Sir, 1 second. You arrested 20 people. You arrested 25 people. You knew that you were going to get a massive amount of people, maybe you did. So, did anybody in your department, when you knew you were getting ready to start arresting people, you've done the just support arrest before, you knew that you were about to get a massive amount of people in. But your staff was not prepared for that massive amount of arrests, but you knew it was going to happen. So, if you're going to do it in the future, are you going to be prepared for these incidents?
Yes.
You're going to arrest us again?
Yes.
You're promising that, so next time you come and arrest everyone in jail support, you're promising that the situation illegally on public property, you're promising that there will be meals, there will be...
You said I will put, no, you said, well, I promise, just a second. Will I promise to have my staff prepared? Here's why we weren't prepared. Because you came unannounced, which that's your right to do. So then we had to adjust things to prepare for that. That's why,
on public property?
Just a second. So this is why we weren't prepared for it. We're not prepared to every day to arrest 25 people in a mass arrest. They came, if you all say we're going to have a problem, then I would know that we may have 25 arrests.
Are you saying that you don't have 2 or 3 days of supplies on hand?
Yes. Yes.
So where was it? You have 2 or 3 days of supplies on hand. So you can handle 20 people.
Here's what I'm saying.
Why does it say a riot on the
Okay, go ahead, sir.
A mass arrest. A mass arrest. We don't do a mass arrest every day. We do individual arrests every day. We do corpse arrests every day. So 25, if I say we're going to come and have to arrest 25 people tomorrow, we can be better prepared for it.
So you don't have 2 or 3 or 4 days of supplies on hand.
We have multiple days of supplies.
So why did you not take those supplies for the next day to deliver to the people that day? You knew when you arrested them and you said you had 3
What you looking at?
Simply, you have 3 or 4 or 5 days of supplies on hand, right?
I didn't
You looking at?
That's that question.
No.
You
I
said
not
yes.
canceled.
didn't never say we had 3 or 4 or 5 days.
2 or 3.
I never said we had 2 or 3.
They're yelling, I'm not.
I said if we know
Y'all working for
2
mass
or 3
incarceration
days
and we
in
fighting
advance,
against it.
if we're going to have a problem of arresting a mass amount of people, then we can better prepare for it.
I'm saying you have supplies. So today is Thursday. Do you have supplies ready for Friday?
We have supplies. No,
Do you have supplies ready for Friday?
we have supplies.
Honestly, this is irrelevant. We shouldn't even be arrested. What were they arrested for?
Let me phrase this in 30 seconds really quickly. It's Thursday. People get arrested today. You have supplies for Friday, right? You have supplies ready for Friday.
Yes.
Can those Friday supplies be used on Thursday and you can allocate your Thursday, Saturday supplies for Friday? Do you have supplies on hand ready for the next day? And why can't those supplies be, I'm still talking, sir, you're trying to interrupt. Why can those supplies not be dispersed onto the day if you have at least 1 day or 2 days of supplies on hand? I don't understand why 20, 25 people
Explain
is
to- okay,
a
tell me-
massive amount. If you have at least some
Why are people
supplies
being
on
locked
hand.
up?
They may be under-resourced or
If you
distracted,
say, Sheriff, we expected to be arrested on Friday. Expect to arrest 50 of us on Friday, then I can prepare for that.
There shouldn't be any
There
arrests.
should be no arrest.
Why are peaceful people
You
arrested?
just listen.
What is
What
criminal
did they do
about
that was
giving people
illegal?
food?
What is illegal about mutual aid? Why were they arrested? Because their thing says riot. So why were they arrested? Because they were sitting down.
You all got millions in money. Why do you need to
Why were people
Coming to the courthouse, they're coming to the jail.
No, not that coming to, it's not trespassing. If you come to the courthouse or if you come to the jail with business.
Well, how do you know if they got business in there?
Well, here's what I'm saying. When you sit on the sidewalk,
That don't mean I don't got no business.
and I'm not saying that, listen to me. If you sit on the sidewalk in a place that we told you that you cannot come, then when we ask you to disperse and you don't disperse, then you are trespassing.
So is that because it's private property that they were on, or is it because it's got to be private property, disorderly conduct, or presumption of a riot about to begin? So which of those three was it?
That is something that the court determines.
Well, you gave the order, right? So why were you giving that order?
Probable cause, if you read the definition of all of the charges, it's within the confinements of any of those charges.
But so when you decided to remove them, was it because they were on private property that people didn't want them on, or was it because they were being disorderly in your eyes, or a riot might be about to start?
Because they were ordered to actually disperse.
Right, but why? Okay, I'm listening.
We did nothing more than what Rosa Parks did.
I'm listening. I just want to know why they were asked to disperse.
Determined to be because you only ask people to disperse if the gathering has been determined to be unlawful.
Here's what I would suggest.
I appreciate that. I think
If you want to gather, you call Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department and you get a permit. No, it's a permit. It's a gathering. It's a gathering. It's a gathering. It's a gathering. It's a gathering.
But if you don't do that, there has to be a reason that you remove people. So I'm wondering what that reason was. I understand that you'd rather they do that, but if they're not doing that,
Oh boy, you scared me. I thought that was them.
then were they on private property that they weren't supposed to be on? Was it disorderly, or was it presumption of a riot?
I was gonna leave. I'm tired of going.
25 people were
Sick of
arrested
jail.
for
Maybe
resisting
twice a
disorderly
week. I'm
conveyance
sick
to
of jail.
disperse.
Right. But I understand that. I want to know why they were asked to disperse. I understand that they were asked to disperse and they didn't. I understand there was resisting.
I tell you, we don't let that be decided by the court.
Well, then I got
Okay, but I want to know why you made that decision ahead of the courts. I understand it will be decided by the courts, but I would like to know what you were worried about. Right, but before it can be, you made that decision. So why?
Well, now that they have business at the court, right? 'Cause they
Can't
got charges.
decide why you made that
Let me
call.
just ask one question, y'all.
Can you answer that?
So if they now have been charged, they have business at the court, do they not? Because they've been charged. So if they go sit at the courthouse right now, like they were on the steps, because they got business now, because they could be meeting their public defender, they could be going to see the cashier, they could be doing a lot of stuff. And if I need to wait right there, are you telling me because I got arrested last week, I can't now sit there?
No, I didn't tell you that. I didn't say that.
Okay.
You have
Okay,
to
so
look-
then why was one of the public defenders arrested?
Okay, can I
And fired.
Here's what you need to do. Look at your release order and your conditions of release of what you
Or does
can
it tell you to
and
stay away
cannot
from
do.
it? I got you.
Thank
I'm
you
not
all.
saying that's acceptable.
If my gentleman decides to go or not, that's great.
We did nothing more than what Rosa Parks did.
Yes, ma'am.
We sat, and y'all told us to get up. We knew we had rights. Why were we arrested? Come on, you're a black man. Come on, come on. Why did that happen?
Negro to Negro.
We was feeding people. Is that a crime? Is it a crime to feed people? No.
And why were we locked up?
So it's not a crime to feed people. So then why? Is that what it, no, you don't. Because I was in there and I was hungry. So no, you don't. Because I was starved. Thank you. You're done.
Hey, I got something to play. Why when the people got arrested last week, MCSO did not feed them for 12 hours or get them water?
We vote. You're gone.
Where's the laptops and stuff, huh?
You and your haberdashery are out of here.
And you did not create the word haberdashery either.
Your days are
Haberdashery
numbered.
of lies are
Your
out of here.
days are numbered.
Shoulder shrugging.
You and your
well, you can
go ahead and back her out of here.
You're nice to believe really strong. You like when he left.
That's good for you. That's good for you.
That's good for you. I hope you don't got a son at home.
Oh, okay, pray for him. Pray for him.